Nothing but cyber, powered by Cybernight. We now have Mr. Paul Davis, VP of EMEA at Armis. Thank you for being here with us, Paul, today. Armis, has kind of come out of nowhere, and it's this big noise. And everyone's talking about Armis these days because it really addresses a problem that has been around for a while, but seems to be getting more and more bigger, complex, and bigger security threat.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about this message that Armis brings to the table. Unified asset visibility.
Yeah.
What's it all about?
Well, let's start with the problem, because you touched on that. I mean, that problem that we're talking about has been around for a long time. The problem of visibility. Look, there's some fantastic technologies out there, and they're addressing a number of security threats. But at the foundation of everything, the foundation of every cybersecurity framework, the foundation of every engagement, every initiative, every project is what do we have? So that problem of visibility has been around for a long time, and it is getting bigger and bigger. And the reason it's getting bigger is this proliferation of devices. So when you're talking about IoT, if you're talking about OT, IT, the convergence of IT and OT, it's incredible. And so, that basic premise of I can't manage what I can't see is challenging a lot of businesses at the moment.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's crucial, right? Because knowing what you have and where it is and who owns it, and having that overall visibility is fundamental to be able to solve it.
But it's so basic, isn't it? It's so basic. I think we've forgotten. We're chasing all these other solutions, but let's just bring it back to the basics. What do I have? What is it doing? And why should I care?
Absolutely. Now, there are a lot of siloed solutions out there in the industry that focus on, OT or even IoT, and obviously a lot of IT, right?
Yep.
Armis kind of brings it all together. As you said, the convergence of these three together. Why is that so much more powerful than these siloed solutions when you're looking at just a pure OT or a pure IoT or a pure IT perspective? Why is it all tied together so well?
Yeah, look, it's been interesting over the years, and look, let's face it, the market is accelerating. Things are changing dramatically. But back in the day, you had a number of niche players. It could be in the OT space, it could be in the medical space. And look, fair play, these organizations are focused in on production facilities, production systems, or medical devices, etc. The reality of today's world is there's no such thing as a 100% OT, 100% medical.
100%.
It's a mixed environment.
Absolutely.
And so organizations are looking for that single pane of glass. They're looking for a holistic view in terms of what's going on in their environment. So be it IT, OT, IoT, IIoT, pick another acronym, it's medical devices, etc. You want that view. Yeah, well, it's going to be something else. There will be something else. Yeah.
Internet of everything, right? Brilliant. Look, Paul, you've really summed it up really well. To kind of put it all together and in conclusion here, tell us what's at stake. What is the potential risk that security leaders and decision makers face by not addressing this fundamental problem, not only of the visibility piece, but really about, what's to come in this IoE world if there's no security layer being addressed?
Yeah, look, it comes down to the basics. You can't manage what you can't see. The foundation of every cybersecurity framework starts with, what do I have? When you're embarking on a project, some form of initiative, you always start with, what have we got? Okay, so if you're serious about reducing risk, you need to understand what's in your environment. It seems like it's a basic thing, isn't it?
100%.
So if you're serious about risk management and risk mitigation, if you're serious about reducing cost within your environment, if you're focused on driving more value out of the existing security solutions, and let's face it, the people that you've got, these are highly educated, highly paid individuals.
Absolutely.
Get them focused on bigger problems, but those basic challenges around visibility, you can nail.
And I think, perfect way to end this fantastic interview here, Paul, is this. You touched on this key point, getting more ROI of existing security investments.
Yeah.
How does Armis's visibility piece tie into the rest of the security stack and the ecosystem to get that ROI out of it, to kind of get that, let's say, resolution or that response done once you have the visibility?
Oh gosh, look, we're dealing with organizations who've bought best of breed products. You know the products, they're in your portfolio. So, these organizations need to, for want of a better term, sweat those assets. If you've deployed an EDR solution, have you deployed it everywhere? It's a basic question again. If you've bought 10,000 licenses of something, is it deployed? if you have the advocacy of many of these solutions, be it a CMDB type solution or whatever it's going to be, the advocacy of these solutions is determined by what goes in.
Absolutely.
So unfortunately, we're seeing these, I suppose it's almost like dark matter. IoT is a bit like dark matter. You know it's out there, you've heard all about it, but it's very hard to quantify. You don't know where exactly it exists and what it looks like. So, organizations have a reasonable handle on IT, possible handle on OT, but when you're bringing in OT, IT, IoT, it's a huge issue.
Absolutely. With the proliferation of all these devices out there, it's only natural that you must, have that fundamental visibility.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Good to see you.
Wonderful speaking with you.
First person I've seen in 19 months.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, Paul.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.